Hello everyone, my name is Irene and I've been a member of Christ Church Cathedral for about 3 years now. To many of you, I may not be a very familiar face because before the pandemic, I was usually up in the loft together with the rest of the choir. I consider it a real privilege to be able to sing in the Cathedral choir, and I am so glad to have found a church home where music is so valued. But I do sometimes wonder how the rest of the congregation thinks of the choir singing up in the loft. Last Sunday, Helen spoke about the Western Christian interpretation of Jesus' disciples as some sort of exclusive club, whisked away so that Jesus could tell them the real meaning of his cryptic stories while keeping the rest of the public in the dark. But, Helen asked, what if Jesus explained everything in private to his disciples, not because they were set apart or better than the rest, but because they were the ones who struggled the most to understand the scope and meaning of Jesus' message? What if Jesus explained everything to them because he had to? And this is how I think of myself as a chorister. I sing because music makes God a little more tangible to me. In his homily to celebrate Rupert's 30th anniversary at the cathedral, Bishop Michael Ingham said, "The music in this cathedral over the last 30 years has enabled many people to murmur in the quiet of their hearts, 'This is the house of God. This is the gate of heaven.' I suspect that many others in the choir would share my sentiments. We are first and foremost parishioners in the congregation, but we sing because we need to, and when we sing, we feel a little closer to God." At the last parish check-in, someone asked, "When can we sing again?" And Chris pointed out right away that we can sing anytime we want, even in the shower. But of course, we know that it's not the same as singing together in the church as one collective body of Christ. As a sociologist, being in church always reminds me of a classical text, The Elementary Forms of Religious Life by Emil Durkheim. In one passage, Durkheim explores the meaning of religious rituals. Durkheim writes, "The worshipper is not deluding himself when he believes in the existence of a higher moral power from which he derives his best self. That power exists, and it is society. Religion expresses the most essential aspects of the relations between the individual and society. It is an eternal truth that something exists outside us that is greater than we are and with which we commune. That is why we can be sure that acts of worship, whatever they might be, are not futile or meaningless gestures. By seeming to strengthen the ties between the worshipper and his God, they really strengthen the ties that bind the individual to his society. I have missed these ties that bind us all together. I look forward to singing with everyone when it's safe to do so again. I just hope we haven't forgotten how to sing together."